Hey guys, welcome back to ArtosisCasts. I have kind of an exciting little 3-game series. We had two of your guys' favorite players playing against each other 3 games in a row on the ladder. So here we are. We have ZeloT here in the top left, and we have a Bishop here in the top right. I would say that ZeloT is probably, as far as popularity here on this channel, top 3 Zergs people like to watch. It feels like Jadong videos generally do the best. And then it's like ZeloT does very well. And why is my brain farting on this last player? I don't know. Damn. I had it in my head 2 seconds ago. Anyways, he's definitely one of the most popular Zergs that we cast, right? And then as far as Terran players or just players in general, Bishop is definitely high up. I would say Flash garners the most attention, most excitement. Flash hasn't really been playing much ladder. He's mostly been doing custom games. But Bishop's still pretty active on it. And yeah, I would say he's probably number 2 after Flash as far as Terran players go for excitement from people to see his games. So I think also this matchup is really, really good, right? We have the hyper-aggressive ZeloT going up against the kind of technical Terran in Bishop, who has used so many cool strategies, like a lot of Wraith strategies, over recent memory. So anyways, please do enjoy. I'm looking forward to it and seeing what types of builds these guys use. I think for sure this is going to be really, really interesting. But yeah, we're on Pantheon, a really, really macro-based 4-player map. I feel like I haven't seen as many macro games. I feel like TVZ gets decided here relatively quickly. I'm not sure what that's a function of exactly, but I guess we have seen some big macro games as well, thinking back to like SSL and everything. But yeah, a lot of bases on this map. They're all kind of close together, kind of easy to take. So definitely has a different feel from a lot of other 4-player maps that we're currently utilizing. Now, Bishop coming up, and he's going to be able to scout ZeloT first. That's kind of nice. Sees his hatch first, and in fact, with this wall, he can go ahead and just make his command center. He can skip the secondary depot. So this is like, other than command center first, basically the fastest you can get. And when you scout your opponent first, this is a great branch for this. But the one thing it means is there's not going to be any early move-out pressure that you can apply as Terran, right? So there's that style of just making 4 to 5 Marines right away off your barracks, then moving out to force 1 sunken colony, or even sometimes catching Zerg off guard and dealing some damage with those Marines. But generally, it forces the 1 sunken, and that's not going to be available. There is the possibility that we see him go for like a 2 barracks academy rush, but with this fast gas, it is much more likely he could either be going factory here or he could be going fast engineering bay, but certainly not fast academy, certainly not fast second barracks. So that is a very, very fast gas from Bishop, which I think everyone, that's what you want to see, is the fast gas, whether that's going to be a mid-game eBay push, well, that's not what it's called, +1 push with the eBay coming up quick, which is what we see. So it is going to be a very fast engineering bay. And, he'll get the academy pretty quick and probably go up to 4 barracks, but he could even go to 5 in this type of situation. And we'll see, right? Like, a lot of people are trying to hit Zerg with timing pushes right now. Now, looking at ZeloT's side, Zergling speed on the way. Not too many lings. He made 6 lings, it looks like, total, which, it's... I'm not sure exactly why he wanted 6, but I think it's fine. And in fact, well, I guess we see exactly why he wanted 6. Because, oh, that block! Oh my god! I can't believe that. If you kill these 2 Marines, you feel pretty good. He just barely blocked that, by the way. And this is such a great place to stand. As you saw, 2 lings went up after it and had a really hard time. This is actually, it's such a funny thing that this type of wall, just because the way that Zergling's path is so strong. Now, Bishop is going to block with an SCV for a moment there. Looks like he decides better of it now, kind of realizing that it's not likely that too much is happening. Does this little 5 Marine move out that we were actually talking about before? This is so much later than you normally see it. But he does force a creep colony, right? All the lings were spent here from ZeloT, so... kind of a funny opener on both sides. I was surprised at the 6 lings, but a lot of players under-defend the front. The thing is, if you make 6 lings and they just have an SCV on hold position here, the SCV doesn't do a tight block, but it screws up the pathing so much it really wrecks anything like that. But no one wants to spend that 1 SCV not mining. So you know, there was some potential there for damage, but Zealot doesn't really get it. Stim +1 still coming. Here's the 4 barracks play that we were talking about before. First medic is out. That was a great snipe on that Overlord. That was actually fantastic because now that makes him completely blind. Look at Zealot's vision here. Nothing. He's got to send a Ling out and see if anything's coming. He does have the single sunken, so he's like, I don't think he's going to be too worried. He already has mutas on the way. Even if those made a beeline towards him, he's going to be fine because it is such a light Marine count. If it was like 10 Marines, okay, that's something, but this is absolutely not that. So Bishop right now does have range coming up, which is very important. He's going to have to start his missile turrets pretty soon. And there's the third base from Zealot. Sometimes we see Zealot take bases like that. This would be too close. But he likes to take bases towards Terran if they're not too close to do Guardian rushes on. I don't think that's what we're seeing here. I think this is a more standard play. It could end up being a Mutalisk all-in. That is a real possibility from Zealot. And if you look at the placement of these mineral patches, this isn't a bad area for turrets, but he could do a lot of damage there as well. So anyways, flies in, and it is that 5th barracks as well, which is kind of interesting to see from Bishop. So when you go 5 racks against a 2-hatch Mutalisk play, you really have to put the pressure down. Now, Zealot has seen this. There's 2 ways that he can play this right now. One is to immediately rush Lurker. The other is to really make a lot of Mutalisks and continually carve down the numbers of Marines and Medics. Now, I would say theory-wise, if you have the execution level, the more Mutalisks is probably slightly better. Whereas the thing is, like, you can't really control. If Terran reads that you're trying to go Lurkers too fast, they're going to push, and you're not going to really have enough to stop that, and you're going to, you know, it's going to be hard to have the Lurkers spread correctly. So let's see if Zealot's able to do this. You can see he is popping out a few drones, but it's mostly Mutalisk production right now. The Muta's doing a pretty good job. He's killed a lot of these missile turrets. I love even a single Ling coming up, because look, this is bait for those, and he comes up and just kills them. Well, he gets 2, but that's so worth it for a single Zergling. Really, really solid play here from Zealot so far. Bishop, not many turrets. He has +1 armor on the way. I think that's actually a great situation for +1 armor as well. He knows he's going to be on basically pure Marines. And look at, dude, Zealot is crushing right now. He has killed so many Marines. This is exactly what you want to do, in my opinion, in this type of game. Again, you could rush to Lurker, and if you get them out and they don't do anything, okay, that's great. But a lot of times they'll find that window. Here, it's not really a window-based thing. This is like a control-based thing, and Zealot is showing just how good his micro can be. He has killed a lot of Marines and Medics. The SCV count is not particularly high here. Bishop is spending every ounce of resources he has building barracks. Oh my God, are you serious? Okay, so he is 100% all in. He's gone up to 7 racks on 2 base, which I don't know if I've ever even seen this. I probably have seen it at some point, but this is so uncommon. It definitely hasn't happened at the pro level that I can ever remember. So this is kind of a wild thing to see. 7 barracks. This is basically saying, I am doing nothing but making Marines and Medics, and I'm going to attack you. So if he keeps him down while this Hydralisk Den is making, like if he can get Lurkers out at all, he wins. So it's all about continually whittling this down. And Bishop has to play like he's playing where he's really far forward. Like he has to hit Marines non-stop here and be dealing damage to the mutas. He's basically trying to outproduce and steamroll over everything. And he's going to make so many Marines and Medics is certainly a possibility, but the Lurk upgrade has started. So there is only a window here of, you know, however long the Lurker upgrade is, plus making Lurkers. Once the Lurkers are hatched and burrow, if he burrows Lurkers at both positions, the game ends because you just can't afford a factory. What? 8 Raxes? 8 racks 1-1. Like, that's insane. That is so much. Now, the Lurker upgrade is still coming, but a lot of Mutal is still being made. Zealot is being very, very aggressive. I think at this point, you just have to move out with the Marines and Medics. You know, every 15 seconds, he's going to have 8 more Marines. That is a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. So, moving out here Dude, I can't believe that he's on 8 racks. It's so crazy. He actually does a big supply block. ZeloT has more workers. He has 3 Hydras making, few more popping out. What a wild game. Lurker upgrade's done. This window is closing right now for Bishop. It is closing. And this is exactly the type of move you want to make. You're like, hey, chase me, chase me, chase me. Pay attention to this. He's taking a 4th. Dude, is he just going to slam Bishop here? Like, I actually, in my mind, I put ZeloT and Bishop at very similar skill levels. And I think that is accurate. I think they're both, like, right on that edge of always being in SSL and everything. Now, he runs over here and flies on top of this Bioforce coming in. Oh, my God. That's so funny. Oh, my God. Okay, we need to go over that because, okay, let's just jump back. Because I was literally like, is ZeloT going to crush him? Because ZeloT was literally taking a 4th. I'm like, that's a bit of a stretch. Are you that far ahead? But the Lurker upgrade is finishing. So hold on. Let's just take a look at this real quick. Because he's stalling so well. He has more workers. There's no tech for Bishop whatsoever. What a tight game. Really, I'm like, okay, because here's why. So we're over here, and he's forcing, you know, the Marines and medics to kind of watch him use. Maybe it was partially because of that supply block that slowed this, but I think even when these overlords start, he doesn't start the lurkers because he has the lurker upgrade. And what if you have lurkers, right? If you get like 3-4 lurkers here, this can't be broken by the Marines and medics anymore. 2 lurkers, yeah, it can still be broken. 3 lurkers, we're starting to hit the range where you can't really break. 4+, you can't break. So look at this. Lurker upgrade just finished. 10:08. This is where I'm like, I'm seeing this being taken. The lurker upgrade's done. I'm like, yeah, dude, like he's crushing. He's crushing. So he has the money. He just didn't start lurkers. He runs back, starts the lurkers. That was a mistake. He did not mean that. Okay, so 32 seconds. 32 seconds ago, the lurker upgrade finished, and his lurkers just started. That's crazy. A lurker does not take 32 seconds to hatch. I'm actually going to do something that I have never done here. I'm literally going to look it up right now on my other monitor. Lurker. The actual build time for a lurker is 25 seconds. This is 32 seconds later. How crazy is that? So he would have had 7 seconds of leeway to both start the upgrade and then burrow the lurkers. If he has 3 lurkers burrowed here, this smaller amount of Marines and medics does not break that, especially if he brings the mutas over. This is how tight top-level StarCraft is. How insane. He absolutely could have won this game. Because again, 8 barracks, no factory, SCV count is garbage. Defensive structures are garbage. Like, this was completely all in. Wow. Wow. I'm like, actually, I've had chills a couple times here just thinking about this because I was so sure that he was going to win when I saw the lurker upgrade was done and the bio was over here. And here it is. Here's the victory. Oh, my God. All right. So Bishop wins the first game. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think about that one. And just the fact that we had that 7-second window there for ZeloT that he missed. So he loses the game that he was crushing in. Oh, my God. Okay. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.